Burress, I think you're up next.
Good morning. I'm Phil Burress, President of Citizens for Community Values, but today I'm speaking to you at Citizens for Community Values Action. We also have a PAC. For the last year, throughout all of 2010, we turned our focus to the legislature, not only here in Ohio, but also at the national level. We knew that we had to make a change, and the voters made a change, not only nationally, but also here locally. We are thrilled about this bill. This is not our primary issue. I think most of you will remember that we chaired and wrote the Marriage Amendment in 2004 and just recently passed the Community Defense Act. But I cannot tell you how happy I am that Janet Folger Porter is back in Ohio. I told my wife, my life will never be the same again. and here I am. So we are going to play a supportive role in this. We have donors and volunteers in all 88 counties, and our theme for not only this year but next year is turning a moment into a movement. The moment was the past election. The movement is going to be our constituents. It's never the wrong time to do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Linda Theis, from the great county of Hancock.
Thanks, Lynn, so much. I'm Linda Theis. I am from Findlay, Ohio, and the reason I'm here is because way back in the 1970s, about mid-70s, I got a phone call from Dr. Jack Wilkie, and he needed somebody to serve on his Ohio Right to Life board in those days, and so I packed up a couple of my children at the time, and we made a drive to Zanesville, and I went to my very first Ohio Right to Life board meeting. I ended up, Jack had some things in mind when he pulled me on the board, because within a couple of years he made me his vice president, and then he made me the first lady who was not a doctor as the president of Ohio Right to Life in the early days. I served as legislative chair for a while. I've also been the PAC director for a while, have been around since the mid-70s. And I'm really here because when Jack called me, he said, you know, Lynn, he said, if we give this 10 years, we should be able to reverse Roe. Okay, so let's give it 10 years. And my husband and I had a discussion about it, and we thought, okay, we're in. And you know what, the 10 years came, and then the 20 years came, and then 30 years went by, and 35, and 36, and 37, and 38. And we're now in our 39th year of allowing the killing to go on. We've passed lots of legislation that protect women, and we're going to continue to do that. Absolutely. We're in favor of every single piece of pro-life legislation that's out there. But for the first bill to the killing, can you imagine what that really means? This will be the first bill in the nation that will stop the killing. We will stop the people who are performing the procedure that stops the beating hearts. And I am proud to be here and be among all these awesome people, many of which have worked for a long, long time on these issues. So, thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Lori Viars, and I'm the Executive Director of Family First, and I also bring you hearty greetings from Warren County Right to Life, where I am the Vice President of their board. The Grassroots are excited. I work a lot with Grassroots all over the state and also in Northern Kentucky. And the Grassroots are really excited about this bill. It's been a long time since we've had something that is this protective. We've never had anything this protective that we've been able to feel like we're going to get passed. And I want to thank Lynn Wachtmann for his leadership on this, and all of the state reps that are here. Some of the state reps that are here and some that are not here that have signed on as co-sponsors were endorsed by Family First. And it's so proud for me. Mike Haney mentioned how I ran into him in the hall. We didn't even have to sit down in his office. I didn't even go into his office. I don't know that I've seen it yet, Mike.
No pictures.
But there's so much excitement that, it was a 2-minute conversation in the hallway, and Representative Haney had signed on. And Ron Magg, I was excited to tell Ron about it because he's been talking about doing something like this for several years. And then Pete Beck, who's also from Warren County, signed right on the minute he was asked. So I especially want to thank our Warren County representatives for their excitement about this bill. All of these balloons, as Janet mentioned to you, they're people. Look at the little tags on each balloon and see where they're from all over the United States and even from out of state. We're getting a lot of support from other states. I got a call just the other day from Indiana. A lady said, "We're praying for you. I sent out the press release, or sent out the prayer request to our church mailing list, and we're praying for Ohio." Ohio really is the heart of it all, and we're leading the way on this bill. And Janet mentioned the states that are asking, they're chomping at the bit to get this bill. So I'm excited that we're going to blaze the trail. And I want to encourage our grassroots folks all over the state, if your representative has not yet signed on as a co-sponsor, to please call your state reps. Go ahead and call your state senators. We're going to be over in the Senate soon. And ask them to sign on and support this and protect life. This is an incremental bill, but it's a big increment, and I'm excited about it. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. My name's Katelyn Evans. I'm here on behalf of myself. I'm serving as the Grassroots coordinator for the Heartbeat bill. I met Janet in 8th grade. I shadowed her as she was lobbying for the partial birth abortion ban bill to be passed. That impact she made on me has been everlasting. I became an EMT in 2001 to protect life, checking for pulses, ensuring the heart's beating, and required by law to revive that person if it's not, to restart that life. And that life is the basic right to every individual. I then joined the Marine Corps in 2002 to protect freedom, the liberty declared in the Declaration of Independence as a right to every individual, a basic right. And now I'm pursuing happiness, supporting the Heartbeat bill to defend those rights, especially the right to life, the inalienable right. Without that right, without the right to life, all the others are meaningless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't know we were going to have 2 Marines leading the charge, and I think a third. I think
3 more people.
Oh, do you have 3 more? I'm sorry.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Barry Sheets. I am the Executive Director of the Institute for Principled Policy. Our organization is committed to supporting policy issues that get to the root of a matter. And I can't think of any other bill that we've had introduced in this Ohio legislature during my time, 15 plus years around this legislature, that gets to the heart of a matter more than this bill. This bill is not about individuals. This bill is not about organizations and their support or their opposition. This bill is about the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of defenseless, unborn humans whose lives are eradicated annually under the mantle of choice. We need to make a stronger choice in this state. We need to choose life. We need to choose to protect all Ohio citizens. As many of the legislators have said here today, we would like to go to a legislation that protects from the moment of conception. But I think we've taken a huge step with the introduction of this bill to say that we're going to recognize, as the scientific community recognizes, that a sign of life is a heartbeat. And the earlier we can detect that heartbeat, and the earlier we can start protecting human lives, the better future we're going to have for this state. We are proud to be part of this effort, and we look forward to working with the legislature to pass this, and to send it to the governor, and then, as Providence would have it, send it to the courts. Let's have the discussion.